it's Scott Cullen, Editor-in-Chief of the Cannata Report. I'm here with Frank Cannata, the Cannata Report's founder, for our latest Fridays with Frank segment. And in this episode, he talks about what's going on with the UBEO Centric acquisition, which I wrote about fairly recently, and he has some additional insights on that.
Good morning, Scott. Good to see you and good to be here again. As you know, I enjoyed sitting in on your interview of Jim Sheffield and UBEO and Rick Bastinelli, who UBEO just acquired. It's great to watch somebody else do the interviewing. And if you recall, I said to Jim, in our survey, one of the things that I noted was that there were only 29 dealers that reported 40 million or more. 11 of those reported 100 million or more. So there was 18 between 40 and 99, if you will. They as a group were responsible for half of all the revenue in the survey. Think about that, 29 dealers. So I said to Jim, if you recall, that kind of narrows the field for them to acquire, or the people to acquire. And obviously, there were 385 dealers, but I think percentage-wise, that's, you can extrapolate the percentages. Take 29%. Oh, excuse me, not 29 dealers, but the percentage, the way it came out. I forgot what the number came out percentage-wise. And say that's the percent that is out there in that 40 to 100 million or and above. He seemed to think that there were quite a few more that they could acquire. They've already, I think you asked the question, how many did they acquire? And he said, I think he said 18. That's kind of interesting to me to listen to the people like Jim, who are, and I've said this all along from day one, PEs are not a good thing. I'm sorry, this is how I feel. However, in Jim's case, as in the other cases that I mentioned, which was FlexPrint with Frank Gaspari and Dan Cooper with Novatech, you got pros. You got guys who are really, and Marco being run by Doug Albrechts, and Steve Gow is retired, but the Gows were with him in the beginning. These guys know the business. They're going to run it, and they're going to run it clean. They're going to run it the right way, and it's going to do well. And all those companies are doing well. But at the end of the day, it's all about acquiring a distribution that gives you the broadest possible coverage. Now, let's assume that the people I mentioned are going to go on and they're going to, and I've had conversations with Dan and with Frank and with Doug about the same question. And they all have different approaches, different philosophies. What kind of distribution are you going to have? Now, Jim talked about the plan is a national distribution. I'm sure that's possible. I mean, when you think that inquiring Rick Bastinelli has got somebody that goes from the suburbs of Philadelphia to Richmond, Virginia, right through Baltimore and Washington, D.C., and he's got great coverage there. So, and they already have very strong distribution in Massachusetts, the Boston area, Connecticut, New York. So you can see him, he's, as far as that part of the country, the part that we live in, he's doing quite well. But at the end of the day, my question is, who are they going to sell it to? Is it going to just continue to be run as an independent distribution organization owned by a private equity firm? That's not what private equity is all about. Now, perhaps they'll sell it to somebody who likes that kind of distribution and is smart enough to understand there's other products we can sell through this distribution. And they could be out there. The bottom line is it's going on. I'm happy for the dealers like Rick, who is a wonderful guy who sold on his terms. And one of the reasons that Scott interviewed him is he said, look, he said, UBEO put out their press release and that's fine. They told the story their way and I have no objection. I just want to convey basically how I'm feeling about this and why. And I think he did a great job. And we look forward to reading it. But at the end of the day, I have to question, where are we going? If we're taking out all those dealers that are in the upper echelons, are the ones below going to, are those $30 million dealers, $35 million dealers that are still out there going to grow? We'll see. Something we're going to follow. We can talk about that more after next year's survey. Thank you and have a great day.